Assalamu alaikum students. In this video we will do an example related to object passing. The example that I have chosen for this video is the book class. Book class has three data members: the author for the book, the title of the book, and the price of the book. We need to create default constructor, argument constructor, and copy constructors. As this will be an encapsulated class, so the data will be private, and we will create set and get functions for all data members. Then this class will have an equals method. The equals method will compare two book objects and return true if the data is same, otherwise it will return false. And then there will be a compare price function that will compare the price of two books, and it will return the book with the larger price. So let's write the implementation for this class. The three data members have been declared. The default and the argument constructors have been inserted. The default constructor has no arguments, and the argument constructor has three arguments, and the three arguments, these will come from the runner side, and I will assign them to the data member of the object. Now I will create the copy constructor. As we discussed in the previous video, that the copy constructor basically creates a new book object from the data of another book object, right? So the copy constructor receives a book object, let's say B, and it will assign the data of the new object. It will assign the data of the past object to the data of the new object. So in this way I can create the copy constructor. As it is a constructor, so it has no return type. Simply I will receive a book object, and I will copy the data of the received object into the new object. Now I need to create the set and get functions for all data members. As the data of the class was declared private, so now I will insert set and get functions for all these data members. Here you can see that I have inserted set function for author, title, and price. These setter functions always receive value from the client side, from the runner, and it will assign them to the author of the calling object. Title and price can be set in the same way. The getter function simply return the data members, so I have three getter functions here. Now I need to create the equals function. The equals function, as I told you in the earlier video, that we should have an equals function in all the classes that we are creating. So let's create the equal function. Equal function should always have a boolean return type, and its name is written as equals. It compares two objects. As I told you in the video, that if your function needs to operate on two objects, then you need to have an argument. You need to have the second object as argument. The first object can be the calling object, and the second object has to be passed as an argument. So I will take the second object as an argument here, and I will compare it with the calling object. So if the calling object is referred to as this, so I will write if this dot author dot equals b dot author, and I should have an AND condition between the two, between all the data member comparisons. Title dot equals and the last value was an integer, so this dot price is equal to b dot price. Okay, if this if all the data members of the two objects, they are same, I will return true, otherwise we can return false. Right, this is the definition of the equals function. It receives a book object, it compares it with the calling book object, and if all data members of the two objects are same, return true, otherwise return false. Now the next function that is to be created is the compare price function, and this function has to compare the price of two book objects. Again, you need to analyze that we need to compare price of two books, so this function cannot be operated with a single object, with the calling object only. So it has to have two objects when in its operation, right? So if the name of the function is compare price, I should receive a book object from the runner side, and the price of the received object, it will be compared with the price of the calling object, right? I have intentionally left the return type. If the price of the calling object is greater than the price of the received object, then you should return the calling object. The calling object is called this. Else, if the price of the received object, it is greater than the price of the calling object, then you should return the received object, right? Otherwise the condition can be that both the price of both object is same, then you can return a null, right? As you can see that we are returning the objects from this function, so the return type of this function should be the class name, as the objects they belong to the class book, right? So in this way you can write the compare price function. As this function required two book objects to be compared, so I have received one object in the argument and one object will be the calling object, and I have compared the price of the calling object with the received object, right? And whoever has the larger price, it will be returned from the function. Okay, so now let's write the runner for this. I have created two book objects in the runner by using the argument constructor. Now we can see how we can use the copy constructor. Let's say I need to create a new book, book P3, and it should be same as book 2, right? So I will not use this command like this, as it will simply copy the address and book 2 and 3 will not be independent objects anymore. So I will use the copy constructor here, and I will pass B2 into the copy constructor. Now B3 will be an independent object and it will have the same data as B2, right? Similarly, we can call the equals function. Equals function returns true and false, so I am calling it in the print function, in the println command, and I can check if B3, which is was created as using the copy constructor, is same as B2 or not. In this way I can call the equals function. We can run it to see the output. Yes, true, the data of both the objects, it is same. Similarly, we can call the check price function. We can compare the price of B1 and compare price function B2 or B3, and we know that this function returns a book object. Therefore I am storing the result in a reference temp. In order to see which object was returned from the compare price function, I can call a getter function on the temp object. As we know that temp can also be null if both the object had the same price. So if temp is not equal to null, what I can do is that I can print the value for, let's say, the title of the book, get title, so I can see which object had the higher price. Otherwise, if it returned null, so I can say that both books had the same price. Right, so Java how to program had the higher price, and we got this answer because I called the getter function on the received object. So in this way, this example shows that how you can pass objects to functions and receive objects from functions. If there is still any query, you can ask your teacher in the QA session. Thank you.